Great. This is the Zoom of the Neighborhood Improvement Commission for the City of Seaside. Today is Tuesday, October 5th, 2021 at 6 o'clock. The meeting is being held via Zoom. So at this time, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Janet Anderson. Commissioner Ray Raridan.
Yes.
Commissioner Veronica Velasco.
Here. Yes.
Commissioner Shonda LaBeouf.
Here.
Commissioner Dennis Alexander. Vice Chair Romita Olita Reed.
Here.
And Chair Alex Miller.
Here.
And Chair, you do have a quorum.
Thank you. We'll move forward to item 3, and that's the review of the agenda. This agenda was sent to us, I believe, 2 weeks ago. Has everybody had a chance to review the agenda, and does it look accurate?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, can we get a motion, please?
I so move.
Shonda, second?
I second.
Okay. So there's a first and a second for approval of the minutes from last week. So Dominique, is this now a roll call vote, or can we all say aye at the same time?
This would be a roll call vote.
Thank you.
Commissioner Raridan.
Aye.
Commissioner Velasco.
Aye.
Commissioner LaBeouf.
Aye.
Vice Chair Olita Reed.
Aye.
And Chair Miller.
Aye.
Your motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. This time we'll move on to item 4, which is public comment. If there was anybody wishing to address the Neighborhood Improvement Commission, now is the time. And as always, I will ask Commissioner Velasco if she got any emails in the box or if it's been checked. If not, if we can check the email for any public comment at this time.
I checked and there's nothing up. We're good.
There was nothing submitted to the Commission's email address. How about to the city?
I have not been made aware of any public comments received by the city in advance.
Okay, great. We'll move on to item 6, and that's business. And so item 6A is consideration of house of the second quarter. And I believe this issue is brought before us today because last meeting in July, the commission selected a house that was not only the winner for 2018, but also won House of the Year or got second place for House of the Year. And since no second choice was selected by the commission, then we're going to go back and do that vote again because that person has already recently won. So I think you've already seen these homes. So we'll just go through those again. Do we have a picture of them? If not, we can get those. Just a second.
So if Dominique does not have those, I don't have those. Jackie would have provided those, I think, last time, and she's out ill.
Do we have any of the pictures for the third quarter? Do we have any pictures of House of the Month?
I saved all the emails. Would you like me to look back through emails, possibly?
Yes, please.
What would be a date range?
July? Was it July 1? Yeah, I think around the first part of July. I think.
Chair Miller, I do not have access to the pictures for the House of the Quarter consideration.
Thank you. No worries. I believe that they were given to the commission prior for the second quarter. So let's try to dig those out real quick.
I sent House of the Third Quarter to Jackie. I'm not sure if that's what you want. I don't know how to send them over though.
Well, right now we're on the second quarter.
Okay.
Commissioner Anderson, do you have something to add?
I have some photos dated 6/7/2021.
Yeah,
Could you
that
just
would be,
forward that, please?
Certainly. Yep, there they all are. Okay.
Actually, if they could go to Dominique and then and maybe she can put it on the web. Is that possible, Dominique, to put it on this screen? If we send you an email?
Dominique,
Yes.
I don't know if I have your email. Davis. I don't. I'm going to forward them to you, Mr. Miller. I can share my screen too.
Yes, you can share your screen to show the photos.
All right, will do. Can everybody see that?
yeah,
And that's the one, that was our winner. And that's the
Yeah.
house that had already recently won.
Okay, moving right along.
So here's number 2.
okay,
3.
Hmm.
1649. 1515. And I can't see the house number on that. And this is the last one, I believe. So yeah, that's the last one.
So Commissioner Anderson, if I understand correctly, there are 6 remaining if we take out that first one.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, may I make a suggestion? May I say what I think? Why
Yes.
not? Jump
Yes.
in.
Yes.
This one, 1649 looks good.
I thought so too, Janet.
Yeah?
Yeah, I put it down. That was number 3 or 4.
I'm
I
sorry.
think.
That one,
Count them
between
again.
that one, I
Forget
like,
that first one. So this is number 1. This is 2 with a cactus. That would be house 3, not counting the.
I like, I like that one and the one with the, keep going, Janet. And no,
Oh, that's kind of cute too.
I like that one too.
1300, and there's one. Oh, that's the last.
No,
Yeah, that'd be 6.
so I like 5. That, the one you and Ramona like, and the one before, and that
This
one. Yeah,
3 and 5.
yeah.
What address is this, Janet?
I've got it up close close as I can go.
Oh, yeah,
Can you see that? No.
Yeah. yeah. I mean, I know there's an address there, but what neighborhood was this? Would that help?
I
Was it
didn't
the
take
bottom part of?
I didn't take the photo, so I'm not sure.
Oh, I thought this was yours.
I received these. 1746. I swear to God, it says 1746.
Well, Veronica, I like the number 3. That's the one.
Number 3, I like.
3. Any other votes for 5?
Well, it looks like we're gonna get number 3 then. But isn't that cute though? Doesn't
Yeah,
it look
that-
quaint?
Actually, I changed my mind. I like this one better, 1746.
It looks quaint. Looks like
Yeah.
a little cottage.
Yeah, and I like what they did with the porch there.
Yeah. I'm
So-
selling it. It looks like a little cottage. It looks like something out of a fairy tale with the fence and everything.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah.
They certainly did.
Is
Don't
this
mind
number 3?
My dog.
Can't remember.
I don't know. I'm trying to see what else besides the trees add to the yard.
Yeah, I
I
think,
thought it was the next one back is number 3. That one. No,
okay.
Okay, strike that one. So this I'm counting as 1. This is
That
house
has,
1 right there.
oh,
2 has the cactus because I'm not counting that first place.
okay.
And 3 is this one.
I like that one, but I think 1746 outweighs that one now that
Veronica.
what do you think,
Yeah,
Veronica?
I actually changed my mind as well after looking at it in detail. It has a lot of color and flowers and porch, nice garage. I would go with that one right there that you have on the screen. That's my vote.
Yeah,
And they put in a nice arbor.
yeah. And that looks like a lemon or an apple tree. Not that it matters, but it's pretty.
Oh, it certainly is.
So can we get a vote?
I like this.
Hmm.
I want to just put the address through the database. Do we have the address on this? Have we figured that out?
1746 something.
I can try and do like road, see if I can. Let me see what if I can look at it a little bit differently.
I know she had the streets on them one time.
Hey, stop being pink. Hey,
That got foggy.
unbelievable. And I do this for a living.
These nominations were sent in by Dennis, but he's not here. That's why I was thinking who has these
He's not
addresses.
coming, or is he still gonna be late, or is he gonna come
I
at all?
haven't heard from him, but I think we have enough information with this picture to, I can find out, or somebody can find out what street this is on. So we
I
can.
think I think it's 1245 too. If you look at it, can you see that a little bit?
Where are you looking?
Right there next to the red door.
Not the front, not the door inside the fence, inside the gate.
Yeah, that's,
I can't see it though. But I'm sure Dennis would know. I don't want to spend too much time on this.
Yeah.
all right. Well, I think we're all in agreement about that.
Okay, so this would require a motion. Somebody wants to make a motion. I'd like to have a first and a second, if it's possible, a first place and a second place. So
I
we could-
moved to have this, this property with the lemon tree be nominated for House of the Quarter.
I second that.
Okay.
And I nominate the one before. Was it number
3.
3?
Yeah.
The kind of, it was a side.
Right. It's here somewhere.
Other way.
The other way, yeah.
There
That
it is.
Yeah.
Second place, runner up.
I don't know the address either on that.
That is 1649 on the
Oh.
mailbox.
Yeah.
All right, so there was a first and a second on the first house, and in this, moving forward on this issue, I'm just going to refer to the picture by the picture number. And we listed them out several times on this Zoom, and we listed them 2 through 7, basically. And it's my understanding that the motion is for picture 5, and then commissioners want a second place to be picture number 3.
Correct.
Is the maker of the motion willing to amend their motion to include number 3 to be the second place?
I am. And I'd like to amend my motion to have property 3 be second place.
I second that.
And were you the first, Veronica, were you the first person to second that the first time?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any other motion or any other discussion? Like to take it out to the public on this item? Let the public weigh in?
Members of the public on Zoom, please use the raise your hand feature or dial *9 if you're calling in from a phone to make public comment on this item. Chair, no members of the public have indicated they wish to make comment on this item.
Okay, thank you. So on the motion, that is also a roll call vote, please.
Yes. Commissioner Anderson,
Aye.
Commissioner Reardon,
Aye.
Commissioner Velasco,
Aye.
Commissioner LeBeouf,
Aye.
Vice Chair Olita Reed,
Aye.
and Chair Miller.
Aye,
Your motion passes unanimously.
thank you. And we will move on to item B, 6B, which is House of the Third Quarter. And Veronica submitted those addresses, but it doesn't, because Jackie's sick, it doesn't look like we have those pictures. Is that correct?
That is correct. Unfortunately, I do not have access to those pictures on this device.
No problem. We will table that, and either if we need to have another meeting at the end of the year for Christmas, if we decide on the Christmas decorations today, then maybe we'll have another meeting. So we'll move on to
I want to
items.
share the screen. Do you want me to see if I can share the screen I have in here that I sent, or you just want to wait on that?
Do you have pictures
And let me
I
see.
also have a picture.
of all of the new houses for the third quarter?
Just the one I looked at.
Okay, let's see if this works. I'm not sure. I've never done the sharing screen bit before.
Oh, good.
Hit
Oh,
the
okay.
screen.
Then we'll stay on this item for now, and we'll see if we can come up with a winner.
Is it showing?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay, this is, first one here is 1515 Military Avenue. Oops, there's another picture of it. The first one, this is the one that I wanted to nominate as number 1. And then I have, this one is 2026 Waring. This is number 2. This is another picture of it. This is number 3. This is 1841 Judson. Same picture, just at a different angle. This one is, what is it, 17, wait. I think it's 1856 Harding, I believe. Yeah, 1856 Harding. And then I have, this one is 1714 Judson. And then this last one should be 1814 Flores. So let me see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 homes in total. So if we go back from the, do you want me to go back, start from the beginning?
Can you just read the first 2 addresses for me?
So the first 2 are The first one is 1515 Military Avenue.
Okay,
And the second one is 2026 Waring.
and then 1841 Judson, 1852 Harding,
Yes.
1714 Judson, and 1814 Flores. Is that right?
Yeah. That's correct. The fourth one was 1856 Harding. I'm not sure if I heard you right.
Could you just spend a brief second and talk about which homes, why you chose these homes, and maybe advocate for one of them, or give us a
Sure.
little more background?
I really like this house right here. I like the way they did the color. I like the way that they did their landscaping with the rocks. I just like the way they did their grass. Landscaping is really nice on this one. I really fell in love with this house. It's a beautiful home. But this is the one I love all the colors that it has, and it's got just, it looks nice and clean. This is the one that I chose.
Excellent, excellent choices.
Thank you. Anybody want to see another view of, I mean, they're all really nice. This one's nice too, because it's got a lot of rocks, drought tolerant. This is a very
Yeah.
nice one.
Did you show number 6?
Number 6 would be, what's this one? Hold on. I lost it. This one's number 6.
Oh, wow.
This is really nice. It's very modernized home. I think they're just getting started on their, they just got their landscaping done. I'm not quite sure if they're finished. It looks like they have DG, which is drought tolerant. That's nice. New modern look door. So I mean, this one is not very nice as well, but I wasn't sure if it was complete, but I'm assuming it is. But I mean, this looks nice. It's a very nice house. They're all really nice. It's hard to choose from.
Only reason I like this one is it really shows off the drought resistant. There's no grass. They're just using drought resistant stuff that will come into play. And I watched them do this one.
Okay.
I don't know them, but I watched them.
It's really unique.
This one as well, looks like a drought tolerant, and then again, DG. I'm assuming it looks really nice. It has light. I didn't see it at night. I can see that there's lights down here.
Yeah.
Upgraded door again, and the garage door. It's got this. I mean, they're all really hard to choose from. So I don't know which you guys want to. They're all really
Well,
nice.
I'd like more to Ray's point, that 1515 Military Street, it was very pretty, but I wonder how drought tolerant that was. Can we see it again? Because it really was nice. Yeah, see, it's a lot of green. Well, I don't know. Is that fake grass, Veronica? Do you know? Or
Oh,
is
it's
that,
the grass, but I mean, it is a lower amount.
yeah,
The bark, rock,
yeah.
but yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's a pretty house.
I love it. That's very nice.
So I mean, to just make it looks like we're liking the first and the one that Ray had mentioned. Maybe we can nominate those two and then
My neighbor.
with those
Yeah.
two and kind of come down. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, either that or we can do
That's
two.
my neighbor.
This one right here.
I'm like, that's
This one?
my neighbor down the street.
Hey, you need to recruise yourself.
I know. Can't vote for that.
I think we should nominate two. What do you think, Alex? Have two winners since can we do that, Mr. Little?
That's actually a good idea.
2 winners and a quarter? What do you think?
Alex,
Mr. Little?
Yeah, I think that's up to you.
Oh, okay. What do you think, Alex?
Commissioner Anderson?
Mr. Miller, was this the time for the 4th, District 4, or no?
This is not. This is item 6B, consideration of the 2021 House of the Third Quarter. You're on item B.
But which region?
Oh,
The third section in the map.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, so I have something from the region 4, never mind.
That's correct. Have you submitted your fourth?
I have it, I have a picture of it here, but I haven't sent it yet.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, so one of the things that I like to do if we have 6 houses is I like to kind of scratch a couple off. I think that helps. Or if we're leaning towards one way, we can make that decision. So is there any of the 6 that commissioners feel we should maybe put to the side now and focus on the others?
I think it's that last one, really. Was it the last one, Veronica? It's kind
It
of,
seems like it's the first and the last the first one and the last one, 1814 Flores, which is on the screen. I believe that's what this one is the one everyone seems to like. I believe that's what that one is, 1814 Flores.
yeah.
And then the other one was that I said 1515 military. So, but yeah, I think these are the 2 that we can decide. I don't know if that's what I think.
Those are the 2 that you think that we should move forward or that should be left behind?
I think that we should move forward on these 2 homes. This is the one that we keep questioning. So I think we should either do 2, nominate both, or decide on the one of these 2 homes here.
Okay, would the commission be agreeable to do a first place and then a second place in case the first place doesn't work out? So we pick one of the 2 and then just in case something happens, the other house gets it? Or do the commissioners want to give 2 House of the Quarter awards?
I'd like to get 2, if we can, I'd like to get 2 this quarter because we're lacking. We used to do it every month, so it wouldn't hurt to honor 2 of them.
I agree.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I mean, during the pandemic, it seems like a lot of people have been working on their homes, and it's a good idea to let people know that we recognize. And I think we should. I agree. We should have 2 winners.
Should we still have a backup just in case, so we don't run into this problem that we ran into with the last property?
Oh, boy.
Okay, if we do that, if we do a backup.
You don't have to,
Okay, but you're right. We should, just in case. What if
I
they
think-
have?
And that one should maybe be the
Okay,
runner-up.
I agree.
Okay,
1841.
Tolerant.
this one's 1841 Judson for backup. Will we all agree on that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
Whew.
Are we good? We're good.
Yep.
Well, on this item, we'll take public comment now, if there is any. Dominique, please.
Members of the public, if you wish to make public comment on this item, please use the raise your hand feature or dial *9 if you're calling in from a phone. Chair, there are no members of the public that have indicated they wish to make comment on this item.
Thank you. So if somebody would like, whatever the commission wants to do, somebody,
Okay, I'd like to file a motion and nominate 2 winners for House of the Third Quarter, and that would be 1515 Military Avenue and 1814 Flores, and for backup, 1841 Judson.
I second.
okay. We have a first and a second. Anybody else? Okay, we will take a vote one more time, please.
Commissioner Anderson,
Aye.
Commissioner Reardon,
Aye.
Commissioner Velasco,
Aye.
Commissioner LeBeouf,
Aye.
Commissioner Olita Reed,
Aye.
and Chair Miller.
Aye,
Your motion passes unanimously.
thank you. So we have a winner and a second place on that. 2 winners and a second place in case. Now we'll move on to item 6C. And 6C states discussion of the status of Neighborhood Watch. As commissioners are aware, in 2019, this commission set on a goal to replace all of the Neighborhood Watch signs in the city of Seaside. We were successful in completing that and purchasing new neighborhood watch signs. Then subsequently, we held meetings. We did about 5 meetings, and we got anywhere from 20 people to 50 people at our meetings. And then COVID came, and we kind of didn't really work on the neighborhood watch. So I'm wondering if commissioners what they want to do. We're moving forward with the police department. The acting chief is very community oriented, and of course we can get some support. So do we want to do a meeting? Do we want to do Zoom? Do we want to put this, kind of let this lie and not build on the momentum that we built? Or what do you think this commission should do to help with the neighborhood watch? And I'll open it up for discussion.
Could I speak on that?
Please.
A lot of neighbors in my neighborhood has expressed about the safety in the area concerning the speeding of cars. And maybe we could look at something like that. Wanda has become a racetrack, just zipping down there, and I know other streets have too. And maybe we could start something like Salinas did with the speed bumps in the roads. You get 10 people that sign a petition, they submit it to the city, and then they put speed bumps, those plastic speed bumps in the roads, which has stopped their sound and the speed troubles in that neighborhood. And I'm only throwing this out with the neighborhood watch because people are watching this very closely now. People are afraid to cross the street here at Wanda. I know that. But just to throw it out there.
I know it was very, I know that was very Loomis. They put in those nice ones. So
because we could piggyback it on this neighborhood watch thing.
Mhm.
Because people really don't know what to do when they see a car doing 65, 70 miles an hour down Wanda. I'm just using Wanda as an example. And I went to the police station, made a report, and they took down all the information and everything. But like the officer said, I have to see it happen.
oh,
And so but the speed bumps, I have some friends over in Salinas, the speed bump idea has just taken off over there. So.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I agree with Gray. I mean, I live on Wanda and it is like Indy 500 over here. It is bad. I'm not sure if it's something that the neighborhood watch would do. I'm not quite sure if that's like a city thing. I'm not sure if this is the right commission. I'm not sure how that would work.
Well,
I don't know. Alex, what do you think?
yeah.
This is not the right commission. The Traffic Advisory Commission is the right commission for that, but the NIC could allocate or request from the city council to use NIC funds to put speed bumps on Wanda. I think that would be a neighborhood improvement for you guys, for the community. I think that's possible, but in the neighborhood watch, as objective was to bring people together to watch each other's neighborhoods. And I'm thinking, since Wanda is right by Mal's, our most successful neighborhood watch was at Mal's. We had over 40 people show up. We can do another neighborhood watch meeting there and discuss this issue with the neighbors and see if we can build up some support. Dennis said that we could have a meeting there anytime we want, and he even pays for it. So we could also request, but the problem is, I'm not sure, Mr. Little is probably the best person for this. The COVID protocol with the city of Seaside, would the COVID protocol allow this commission to have a neighborhood watch meeting? Would it be required to be on Zoom? Or how does the city, what is the city's policy for a certain number of people gathering together?
Outdoors is a possibility there.
Can I just put in with it? I'm not just speaking about Wanda. Other people in Seaside are complaining right
Yes.
and left. And I think my own opinion is, I think this is part of the neighborhood watch, because we're watching the neighborhood, and this is what their concern is right now is the speed on the roads and the noise. I mean, the motorcycles with the tailpipes honed out is they rattle my windows now. And I know a friend of mine that lives over, well, up on the hill, kind of, his windows are rattling now. And so I'm just saying maybe the neighborhood watch is changing its dynamic a little bit. That's how I look at it. But
That's good.
yeah.
Let's just hear from Mr. Little and we'll go right back to that.
Mean expand our scope? Expand our scope?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's move on, Mr. Little, and let's hear if we're able to do anything like that.
Okay, so Alex is correct in that we do have a traffic advisory committee, and there are, from what I understand, some traffic studies that are going on about speed. There's, in fact, it was being talked about today in one of the meetings. There's, the police department can keep track of incidents and prepare reports for the year that show where incidents occur inside the city on the streets. And so I have seen this too, where, you know, I'm driving a city vehicle and sometimes there's people that are absolutely right on my tail. And the only difference is my vehicle doesn't have blue and red lights on top of it. So I do recognize that this is a concern. And I think that involving the traffic advisory committee would be the wise way to go about this, rather than this commission trying to take over something that is obviously in the purview of another commission. Now, as far as meetings, the neighborhood watch meetings, the city does have some concerns about people that are meeting together. In other words, the city staff is supposed to be vaccinated, and from what I understand, the people that are going out and interacting with the public on a regular basis may fall under some of these vaccination requirements. I understand there's some provisions for people that might have special exemptions for that, but then there's, I don't want to tail off too much and chase that squirrel, but I know that the last time NIC met, there was an interest, and it was expressed, it seemed rather unanimous, to start meeting in person. And I think that there's still some reluctance to do that until we can kind of get a little bit of a better handle on what's going on. We've had some uptick in some COVID cases, and that doesn't mean that this commission can't meet whenever they want. Okay, this commission right now, it's part of the city's ordinance to do meetings quarterly. I think there's one commission that is the exception to that rule, but that extends to all the boards and commissions. But that doesn't mean that meetings only have to take place once a quarter. In other words, we can have special meetings anytime you'd like. And I think that I mean, this is just an idea, but I think that even the neighborhood watch program could be somewhat incorporated into a special meeting. In other words, maybe it could be something where people could participate. And, you know, we still have, just so you know, I mean, if you're probably familiar with these stickers that were printed. We also have refrigerator magnets. I know Ray, our other Ray, okay, was he was a big help in getting these put together. And so I think those could be distributed. I think people could come by City Hall and we can make those available. I think as far as meeting as a group, there's going to be some pushback on doing that. Anything that would involve the city's endorsement of that. Okay.
So in other words, we probably wouldn't be able to get, a police officer to be present, because if there's, you wouldn't have to go, but, or to our neighborhood improvement, neighborhood watches meetings, we never had any city employees there except for the police officers.
I wouldn't completely rule out something that was outdoor and perhaps limited in number of people. I wouldn't completely rule that out. I mean, that's an idea that I can check into and try to get back to the commission.
Okay, so I guess we're at a crossroad between, do we continue to now we've been not doing anything with Neighborhood Watch now since the whole COVID. We've done nothing. And we built a bunch of momentum before COVID. And we were getting there. We were on the right track. So we're at a crossroad with this right now. Do we wait longer and table this till next year? Or do we do something? And by something, I mean have an event, outside. I like the Mal's Market. And we can do it outside. I'd say like October 23rd, 4:00. We'll distribute the magnets and that and keep it super limited. Or we say, you know what, COVID's still going on. We'll wait until next year.
Well,
So
excuse me. What is our vaccination number? I mean, are we 70% Seaside vaccinated, or are we real low? Or, I mean, maybe we could look at that and determine. I mean, if we're in the 20%, there's no sense in taking the chance, even doing it outdoors. Does anybody have any numbers on that?
And if we do it outdoors, it's got to be soon, because soon it's going to be cold, and you know what I mean? Just saying.
Yeah.
So maybe just roll it out to the next year. I don't know. I mean, we're in fall now, so I mean, I don't know if I don't know. It's just my opinion. Maybe just wait it out, or we've already the year's pretty much already gone. I don't know. We could do a Zoom. I mean, a Zoom one. I'm not sure how that could work. If we could do a Zoom, I don't know, put it on the website, maybe do a Zoom and have the public maybe, contribute that way. I don't know. That's a thought.
Well, we would just be, as a commission, wouldn't we just be rallying the troops kind of? Because it's really up to them, that neighborhood watch, whichever ones have been established, to get it going. So are we just there to cheerlead them on? Like, yeah, you're doing the right thing. I mean, I know we're the lead to this program, but again, are we just going to rally them to do better, or get together, or find out how their team is working?
I think it's really hard too. You have a good point, but when we were going out and putting flyers on doors, and that was before COVID, and now, it's COVID, people don't really want people knocking on their door and leaving a flyer. And I'm not sure if people are ready for that right now. And so I don't know. That is something that we have to think about, because that's how we got the word out, was pretty much the flyer. Not a lot of people look at the website. So I'm not sure about how that would work, going to houses. And I mean, I personally don't like solicitors coming to my house, during COVID. I don't personally, but you know, that's just my opinion. I don't know. What do you guys think?
There is one other thing we could do, and if the city is having the birthday or a Halloween event, is the city having either of those events this year?
Yeah, there is something about the birthday that's that I've heard some talk about. So Dan Mewis, I can if you're interested in me getting that information to you.
Why don't we get a table at the birthday and put neighborhood watch? And Mr. Little, do you have an extra sign that goes on the streets?
Mhm.
Maybe we can put a sign up on a table and have people sign up and give them stickers and magnets to our program.
I think that's a great idea. I think that's an excellent idea. At least they can still get a sticker, have any questions, or maybe someone else can have an idea of how to get together. But I think that's a great idea. We just out there meeting people and giving out the stickers that we have so they can have them. I like that idea.
Yeah, it's good way to promote it.
Mr. Little, is that appropriate?
I think that would be okay. I'm just wondering if they would want the stickers and magnets, bagged in sandwich bags or something like that prior, just because sometimes people are reluctant to be receiving, just handling things, but I think it could work for sure.
Because I go to the city events and there's a table for the Parks and Rec Commission.
Mm-hmm.
I see it at every event and I'm like, where's NIC's table? I always look for it. I never can find it. So do you think there's enough time between now and the city's birthday to get an NIC tablecloth?
I will check first thing tomorrow morning.
Okay, if that's possible. And then can I get some volunteers to attend the city's birthday and man the table?
When's the city's birthday?
We're going to pull that date up right now.
Dominique might have that too.
Yes, I'm pulling it up now. Just
Okay, I
one.
was gonna say she might be able to have quicker access to that.
October 13th.
Yes, it'll be on Wednesday, October 13th from 3 to 5 p.m. on the front lawn of Oldermeyer Center. And they will be having free games and activities for the community, as well as free birthday cupcakes.
Week from tomorrow.
So the tablecloth might not be possible, but maybe we can get, I'll email you, Mr. Little, and maybe we can come up with something clever.
Well, I think, can I interrupt for a second?
Yes, please.
At least 4 years ago, we had a table. I think it was the one about the police officers. I forget what that's named, night out or something. And you'd have to ask old Ray about this, the other Ray. We had a can. He's not old. The other Ray, the young Ray and the old Ray. No. And we had a not umbrella. What are those called? That you put them together and then they have the poles and everything. Canopy, I guess.
It's easy up, and we still have that. I have that.
And I think we do have something that says Nick. I'm not sure. Well, maybe it might read neighbor. It might read the old one, NIP or something, but I think we did. I'd have to ask Ray, but it might be in the city yard somewhere. I don't know. Or in your desk somewhere.
No, it's actually there.
There we go. Yay. We do have one.
Okay, that's great news. So we can get a sign out there, Mr. Little. That's during regular business hours. So maybe you're going to be there.
On Wednesday, I can go over there for a bit, but I mean, I can bring some things over there.
That would be
but
great.
I don't, it'd be nice if there was somebody from
Of course.
one of the commissioners there.
Oh, no. The commissioners will man the station. We just need somebody to bring us the stuff.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll take nominations for that.
Well, it begins at 4:00. Is that what was said by Dominique? I can't remember.
3 p.m. is the
3
time that
p.m.
it'd be 3 to 5.
So the people that aren't in a workplace, for instance, me, could be there at 3:00 or so. And then the people that work, maybe you guys could come at 5 or 6. We could take shifts.
Is this for the 14th? I mean, it's for the 13th,
Wednesday, yeah.
Wednesday?
Here at 3 o'clock.
And the event is from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. So it's just 2 hours.
Oh,
I can't.
well, that's no big deal. I can be there.
Okay.
I can volunteer.
Great.
But I don't know how to put that thing up though, because I remember struggling with it last time. So need some manpower, I think, or girl power or something. I don't know how to do that.
Chair Miller,
Yes.
there were some members of the public that had their hand raised. I'm not sure if you're going to take public comment on this item.
Yes. In fact, we'll move to that now, please. Thank you.
Sarah Haller, you now have the floor to make your public comment.
Thanks, Dominique. Okay, I just made a few notes as I've been listening to everybody, and I wanted to say that those pictures of the houses were so wonderful, and thank you for posting them. They just, everybody's look so great. As far as those things that you can put in the street, to slow down traffic, there is one of those on Plumas, and somebody can correct me, but I think I remember like when the council was talking about that one, it's like they might have felt like they were opening a can of worms because you do it in one place, maybe you got to do it in others. But man, I feel your pain because I'm on Kimball, and traffic goes really fast on that. I purposely drive 25 miles an hour. I make everybody mad. But we've got a lot of kids because we've got bus stops, and so I would love to see this commission do anything that they can as far as that goes. Years ago, I bought a laminated mat down at City Hall, and I just think of that. I've often wanted to update it, and especially when I see now that beautiful one behind Mr. Little. I don't know if they're for sale. I would love that. And that leads me into asking you guys, like, as far as the neighborhood districts, is that like drawn out? And I might not be using the proper word to call them districts, but like the different neighborhoods, have they just sort of developed naturally, or, have they been drawn out? Because years ago, I used to go to a meeting behind me on Rouse Street. So I live right next to Dennis Alexander, so I don't even know, if my neighborhood district has a name or anything. But anyway, thank y'all for letting me ask those questions and to comment. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.
Dominique, was there anybody else?
Any other members of the public that would like to make public comment on this item, please raise your hand or dial *9. Chair, no other members of the public have indicated they wish to make comment on this item.
Great. And so I just wanted to thank the last speaker for her comments. And, this commission is really dedicated to improving Seaside and improving the houses. So we give an award to homes that we are exemplifying the Seaside, and we appreciate your acknowledgement on the traffic, your opinion on the traffic. In regards to breaking up the city, I'm next door has different sections of Seaside. This commission broke up the sections of Seaside for our neighborhood watch. we break up the city of Seaside in terms of the house of the month. So I'm not really too sure what you mean by breaking up into districts. Depending on which area you're in, it might have a name, and we can certainly talk about that. And you can always send an email to the commission at neighborhoodimprovement@ci.seaside.ca.us, and I would be more than happy to discuss that with you in the future. So thank you for your comments. And now we're going to go back to the commission on the neighborhood watch. I also remembered that the Halloween event is also really big for the city of Seaside. So the Halloween event might also be another time we can have a booth. Safety and Halloween, to me, go together. Even though it is supposed to be fun and ceremonial, having neighborhood watch present at the Halloween thing is we can also have a table there then. So it sounds like we're not going to host any more meetings for the neighborhood watch, but what we want to do is maybe have a table at the city's birthday and or Halloween or any other events. So what is the commission? What do you guys think on that?
I think that's a good idea. I think that's great to have a little table there, and people are already coming. It was hard at the beginning to even get people sometimes to go to the neighborhood watch meetings. So they're already going to an event, so you're going to have people. So I think it'd be great. Good idea.
Okay. And the purpose would be to have maybe a sheet that people could put their names and email addresses. So we build our database, our email database. So it sounded like, Ray, you were able to maybe go to the city's birthday, the 13th, between 3 and 5.
Yeah, I can do that one for sure.
Okay.
And I guess Ramona also.
Okay.
He was talking about that. And we can figure out how to set up whatever we need to set up.
Great.
Get together.
Great.
Cool.
Okay, so for the city's birthday, we'll just have Ramona and Ray will manage the table, and we're going to get a booth. We're going to talk to Dan and get a booth. And the booth, although it's for the Neighborhood Improvement Commission, I think we want to focus in on the neighborhood watch. Now, we can also talk about our commission, but we also want to build our membership into the watch program so we have more email addresses that we can send out. And how about, do people just want to stick with the city's birthday, or do people also want to do the Halloween event for the city?
I don't know enough about the Halloween event to say anything. I don't know if it's at Oldenmeyer Center or is it at City Hall. I don't know enough about it to vote on that.
Chair Miller, if I may, I do have some information about the Halloween
Yes, please.
celebration. So it'll be held on October 31st from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Oldenmeyer Center. And their press release indicates that the first 300 youth will receive gift bags for their participation there as well. So that'll be happening on the 31st, October 31st from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Oldenmeyer Center.
I won't be in town that weekend.
Okay. So Ramona and Ray are going to do the birthday, and I will do the Halloween event. I'll bring my daughter. And does anybody else want to join me on October 31st?
I'll join you, Alex.
Okay, call it a party. Okay.
And we're gonna dress up for it, right? We're gonna wear the little, as long as I can wear that dog. What's the little neighborhood? The dog, you know, that outfit, that costume.
Anybody else for the 31st?
Yeah, I'll be with you on that day.
Just us two. Anybody else? Okay. Since this is
I'll do it.
all right.
I'll do it.
It sounds like it's such a punishment.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Okay, so that's 3 of us. So Dominique, does that require a motion if we're going to make action on this item, or was that is scheduling not an action item?
It is not agendized as an action item. So the discussion would be sufficient as far as your as far as next steps are concerned. And then as far as attendance, okay, you'll have less than 4 in attendance, so that would not be a quorum, so that would be permissible as far as your attendance to the event.
Perfect. So we will move on to the next item. And just to recap on that item, Ray and Ramona will do the city's birthday 3 to 5, and I and Shonda and Veronica will do October 31st from 4 to 7. And Mr. Little will help us get the stuff we need for the neighborhood watch, a sign, stickers, the magnets, and then a roster or a sign-in sheet. So I have a sign-in sheet too for that. Okay, we'll move on to item 6D. We're almost there. And that is discussion of the beautification of San Pablo Pedestrian Bridge. And I have a quick update, not too much on it. This is going to be our bigger topic. So, but first I wanted the city, if the city had anything to say. It's not, if you don't, it's okay. But if Mr. Little or Dominique, Ms. Davis had anything to say on this item, we'll hear them first.
I did have a conversation with our city engineer, Nisha Patel, and she, there's not really much to share. I think our discussion was just about, this is turned more toward an art, some kind of an art. I guess that's probably what it was to begin with. So I just thought that it needed to go to the Arts and it needed to be something that was a collaborative effort with the Arts and History Commission, and then we'll have to figure out whatever the art is and how it can be attached. I think we needed some kind of an idea or a design or something like that. But there might have been some concern about an artist providing a design, because that would be kind of like their intellectual property or their artistic property that could then be used by someone. So I'm a little bit confused as to how this is to move forward, but I know that there are funds that have been allocated for it, and I hope it can move forward.
Okay, that's great. Thank you for that update, Mr. Little. And Mr. Little has maintained the same position the whole time. And his position was that this needs to go in front of the Arts and History Commission. So I would kindly request, according to the city's website, the Arts and History Commission meets November 9th at 2020 at 5:45. So I guess I would kindly request that if it's possible, we can ask the chair or ask the staff liaison to possibly be placed onto their agenda, if that is a possibility. Because I understand that you do think that we need to go to the Arts and History Commission, and we have failed to do that. So I respect your opinion on that. So Mr. Little, if you could kindly place us on their agenda, that would help. But again, we're going to them with no design. So I think the discussion maybe needs to be around the design. So unless any other commissioner has any other comments.
I do. I don't recall how much money was allocated for this project. But then are we just giving the money for that project to the arts and we're paying for the whole thing?
So it's my understanding that there was $30,000 that was set aside or allocated for the San Pablo Pedestrian Bridge. The Neighborhood Improvement Commission does not have any spending powers, but they make recommendations to the city council. And so whatever is ultimately, materializes here, that will at some point go back to the city
Okay.
council.
Well, what I'm getting at is I'm back to the speed bump thing. This whole thing, if you talk to people in the neighborhood, it's a very big concern with a lot of people. And I hate to say it, but San Pablo walking bridge, I feel like it's a low priority with that kind of money that we could spend on this speed bump thing, or it would make things safer for people. But I'm just throwing this out because I don't know how this all works, that if you can allocate the money to something else, or go to the city council and ask to be allocated to something else. I don't know, but to me, this is a low priority thing. We got fireworks exploding all over us that we need help on. That is part of the neighborhood commission. This is why people are coming to the neighborhood commission, because we say we're here to help and do all this, not just to beautify. And but maybe I have a wrong definition of the neighborhood commission, improvement commission.
So the neighborhood improvement commission is, if you look at the city's municipal code, it defines what this neighborhood improvement commission does.
Please enlighten us. Please.
Yeah, I would like to, rather than me go and read it, I mean, is it for safety or?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
So it's to paint and.
The bridge falls firmly within the purview of the, yes. And I drove by there today while I was looking at a few properties for the House of the Quarter, and it's an eyesore. It needs work.
But it could get torn down, if I remember. Or
My
rebuilt.
understanding is that that's way more expensive than 30,000.
Well, they don't even know if it's safe. That's what I've heard. I'm not quoting anybody.
I think the way people feel is that as long as it's there, it shouldn't look awful.
Mm-hmm. It's been part of the neighborhood for years, for, decades.
I'm just speaking for people, what they've said, what they're saying out there. And like one gentleman said, if it was your own 30K, would you use it on the bridge or do something else? But
so
I'm just throwing that out there because the bridge isn't that important for me. And that's my own opinion.
Well, for the people who live here, who's lived here for a long time and who's grown up here and with the bridge, that's important to them.
Mm-hmm.
For who's, the bridge has been there. It's representative of Seaside.
Mm-hmm.
It's a landmark.
From a past Seaside, and a lot of their history is being torn down to make make room for progress. And some of them don't want to hold on to something.
And it does connect two parks. So
Mhm.
that was well stated.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was. Thank you.
Good point. Papa, no, you have to eat.
I just wanted to take a second and to go over section 2.24.010 in the city code and the objectives of the NIC. And the objectives are beautification, code enforcement, recommendations to the city council, community organizations, holiday decorations, and then to conduct administrative hearings pursuant to another section. So the traffic advisory commission hears the issues regarding the traffic, and I'm always happy to go. And their next meeting is on 10/19 at 5 o'clock. And I will make sure to go to that and express what this commission has said, or at least let them know. But that, Ray, I understand your position, but we have another commission that works on does the roads.
Well, no, I'm just confused that the art, we're going to fund for the art, and be part of that commission. And what's the difference of us working with the traffic? That's all I was getting at.
No, we could definitely work with them. And I think we should. Next fiscal year, we're going to get another round of money. And I think making a proposal to the traffic advisory committee for this, or working with them somehow is workable. But this money went to the city council already. So we would have to have them go back and hear the item and change the money into something else. So if you don't think, and that could take a long time. But I hear you that you don't think the bridge is a big priority. I do hear that position as well. I understand that. So. Should we just leave it as we'll go talk to the Arts and History Commission and see what they say? You want to leave it at that?
Leave it at that.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Little, can we possibly get on that next Art and History Commission agenda? Is that possible?
I was going to try to put the item, I was going to try and put the item on their agenda.
Oh, great. Thank you very much for that. Okay. Ms. Anderson?
I just had a quick thought. What about maybe, I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but what about some Seaside Spartans, Seaside High School, something on the bridge?
Well, our original discussion was a mural on the outside, and on the inside, the students could do something. That was brought up.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, put their hand up or whatever.
Yeah, and let us not forget, there's a lot of Seaside residents that went to Monterey High too, so. FYI, LaShanda.
No,
Chandra, you went to Monterey High?
no.
Oh my God.
No.
All right.
Okay. All right. I don't think we're good with that one as well. I don't think we need a vote on that one. So we're just going to go put our item on another agenda on the Arts and History Commission. So then we will move on to item 6E. We have 3 more left. Update on advertising for struggling businesses. And there was a subcommittee assigned. It was myself, Ramona, and Ray. Oh, sorry, it was with Dennis, but Ray should have been on it. So I'd like to make that change. And then Ramona, did you want to make an update?
Well, I don't have my notes with me. You mean the update on that meeting we had?
Yes.
The successful meeting we had? It was well done.
Yes.
And the assistant city manager gave us great ideas on how to use that $4,000, which is not enough to really do a lot. But he explained to us that he thought there was enough funds to put it on Facebook and kind of chapter in people that are in, they know how to group people. I guess you all know how Facebook works when they kind of group you and they know what audience to pick up on, et cetera. So he can do that. They can do that for us. And that was one of the options. I think everyone really liked it. And the other option was to put a billboard old school billboard up, I guess right before you get into, as you're coming into Monterey Highway 1 there. That was one of the ideas. And I can't remember what the others, but I think we were all for that idea of getting it on Facebook and getting those restaurants mentioned. He was going to also talk to the Chamber of Commerce to get all of the businesses that would be interested. So that's all I can remember as far as, because I don't have my notes in front of me and I was unprepared to do this, speak on it. So Alex, you want to add on to that, whatever I did miss?
No, I think you covered a majority of it. I would like to hear from Commissioner Reardon about this, but one of the things that we talked about is like having a shop Seaside ad, like shop Seaside with a logo or something like that, and then using that logo on social media. And that we could budget around 4,000 for that, or putting up a billboard like on Highway 101. When you go up into Monterey or from the Bay Area to Monterey, there's Cannery Row signs. We could also, a billboard, we would get like only a month or something like that, or a couple months of a billboard that we could do next year. So I'd like to hear from Commissioner Reardon.
Yeah, the billboards along Highway 101 is about $2,000 to $2,500 a month. And I love the Facebook idea. I think that's a great idea, whoever came up with that. So I'd go for that. Help them out.
Well, I'd like to make a motion, and my motion is that I'm going to be removed from this subcommittee, and Commissioner Reardon is gonna, I make a motion that I'm be relieved, and Commissioner Reardon becomes the new subcommittee with Dennis and Ramona.
Can I second it?
Yes.
Okay, I second it.
And was there any public comment on that item?
Members of the public on Zoom, please use the raise your hand feature or dial *9 to make public comment on this item. Chair, no members of the public have indicated they wish to make public comment on this item.
Okay. And so this is just an update, but we want to make a difference to the subcommittee. So in that case, do we need a vote as well by the commission members?
That would be correct. Would you like me to do a roll call vote?
Please.
Commissioner Anderson,
Aye.
Commissioner Reardon,
Aye.
Commissioner Velasco,
Aye.
Commissioner LeBeouf,
She had to go handle her dog, it looks like.
Oh. sorry, Vice Chair Olita Reed,
Aye.
and Chair Miller.
Aye, and we'll mark her as absent for that vote.
Yes.
All right, so the three of you then will discuss the Facebook advertising, and Ramona or Ray, one of you need to go back and say that the commission is interested in doing a Facebook advertising, and that money is already there, so was already allocated by the city council. So we made that change, and then if Ramona, if you could possibly send out an email to meet again with Trevor and Ernesto and Dennis and Ray.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any other comments on this item? And Ray, do you feel comfortable with this? Because this was your idea, so I want to make sure.
No, it sounds good. It really is. I think that's a great idea.
Okay, I'd like you, if it's possible, to get started on this as quick as possible, so we can at least get the ball rolling.
Okay. And Ramona,
Okay.
you're going to send out the email and we'll just hook up with them.
Yes, sir. And I'll copy you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, great. Now we'll move on to item F, and that is update on signs at city parks and Sonoma Avenue basketball court. And it looks like Mr. Little might have something for us.
I do. So that Sonoma basketball court, I noticed there's a little temporary sign up there. It says sports court. I think that's what we're calling that, as a sports court, because it's not just basketball. As far as the signs are concerned, the signs are scheduled to be installed the last week of November. And the reason for that is there's some delay on the materials. Okay. We reached out to the sign company today about this and to find out if they could give us a solid date on when the signs would be coming in. The response was that they don't have a solid date yet, but they are coming along, and they reassured us that they would keep us updated. But I know that we have it scheduled for the installation of signs at the parks and the sports court on last week in November.
And the one for the Sonoma basketball court, has that already been designed?
That I don't know. I saw a banner that was out there that's actually just hanging on the fence, and it's kind of a banner sign. It acknowledges the school district, the neighborhood improvement commission, and the Parks and Rec. It just says Sonoma Sports Court or something to that effect.
Can I just add something to that, Mr. Little?
Yes.
The signs they all look the same, and the same meaning the same as Laguna Grande. So all those signs will be the same, but not that, I'm not sure it's that size, but they're all in unison. So every park will have the same style. And another note too is that the city will not have to install. So it's at the sign company, as Mr. Little stated, and they will do the installing as well. So it's out of the city hands at this point, kind of. We don't have to wait for Public Works or anything like that.
So I'm just going through the conversation here. We are asking if we had a date for the signs to be installed. Do you have a ballpark? Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, it does not specifically state that the city is going to be installing them. The conversation was just materials are behind, so it won't be until the last week of November to install them. Okay, so my apologies. Yeah, it does not specifically state that the city's installing them, but this is a conversation that I've received from the city engineer and the supervisor for our public works.
Well, one of the things I think is really important is that sign. I mean, yes, the design in all of the parks, those signs, that's coming along. We're going to get them around November. But the Sonoma basketball court sign, I think it's really important that we have. I don't know if the regular park signs are going to work there. I think it would look out of place, but instead we should just have like a metal sign that says Sonoma basketball courts sponsored by, and then the three districts, the school district, us, and the Parks and Rec Commission. Is there a way we can get a sign designed that says the temporary sign that you see now, can we get that condensed into a metal sign that we can pay for and keep up there?
Well, I will certainly check and see what we have, because I'm looking at something that is talking about a mock-up, and it looks like there's some conversation that says that the mock-up looks good. So I'll have to see. I haven't seen the signs, or I don't even have access to this mock-up that they're talking about. So I'll try to search that down and make that available.
So you think there is something that's already been designed?
Yeah, there's a conversation from the sign company that says, here is the updated proof. Or yeah, they're proof, you know, like a copy or mock-up.
Right. Okay.
And it sounds, from the conversation, it sounds like the people that with the city that were involved are, you know, pleased with the way that it looks.
Okay. All right. Well, this is just an update here. Are there any other questions about the signs? These are signs that we use some of our budget for to put in some of the parks and also for the Sonoma basketball court. Was there any questions to Mr. Little or the city regarding the signs or this item? Any members of the public wish to speak on this item?
Members of the public, please use the raise your hand feature or dial *9. You're calling in from a phone to make public comment on this item. Councilman Pacheco, you now have the floor to make your comments. Mr. Pacheco, did you intend to raise your hand?
Yeah, I did. I've been trying to all night. I'm pretty sure, I forgot what it was about, but I'm pretty sure, almost positive, all the signs are similar, as Ramona mentioned. And I think on the list is the Sonoma basketball court, whatever the exact terminology is, because of the desire for all the facilities to have the same look. So I know that was one comment. There's lots of them, but I don't want to go backwards. But I just wanted to remind you, I guess, of that. And on the other issue, which we were talking about, I've forgotten, but there's other items that I'll discuss with your chairman that for his awareness regarding all the other issues. But like I said, I forgot why I raised my hand, actually, so I apologize. And I did it because I've been trying to get through all night. I had no success, and I'm sure that's on me. So thank you. I'm sorry.
Okay. Was there any other comments?
Chair, no other members of the public have indicated they wish to make comment on this item.
Thank you. And just for the record, Councilmember Pacheco, this commission greatly values your opinion. And we want to make sure that on every topic you have an opportunity to advise us or speak to us. Considering you are the city council staff liaison, or no, excuse me, the city council's member to our commission, we want to make sure that you have the opportunity to speak anytime. So we will move on to the last item on tonight's agenda, and that is the holiday contest. And this is a fun, cool thing that in the past, what we've done is we've had contests and we judge houses and then do a car ride and go see the houses. But COVID has kind of changed our world a little bit. So maybe we can hear from the city, Mr. Little. Or did you have something to say on this one?
Oh, no comment at this time.
Okay. All right. Well, I just wanted to, in the past, we have had a form that people can fill out and nominate houses. And we've had like most outstanding, we've had most lights, we've had a variety of different categories. And then we judge the homes and we can figure out how to do that. Last year, because of COVID, we didn't really do the holiday contest. We talked about it, but it never came to fruition. We never voted on anything. So this is the opportunity for there to be a holiday contest this year. And it's supposed to be a fun event and a fun thing for the NIC to do. So I will be quiet now and let the commission talk, and we can figure out how we want to manage this holiday contest this year, if you guys want to do it.
I think it's a great idea, you know, for Seaside. So I'm open to anything to help out and make it happen.
Great. I was hoping maybe Ramona had, Ramona, did you have any thoughts on this? Because you've done this for many years. So could you maybe, do you know what has worked and what hasn't and what we should do? A little advice. Just need to take yourself off mute first.
Silly dog is bothering me. Each time we've done it, it's been very successful, but I think as far as the awards go, that was the one we were stuck on because it was like most original, et cetera, et cetera. And I think we just came down to having it last year as the 3 most beautiful lights. And that was helpful because then we can categorize on our own as far as creativity, et cetera. We've been fortunate to have Mr. Little guide us through in a bus, which was really festive to go on the bus, and maybe people can bring their children or grandkids or whatever, which is nice too. As far as nomination, I think we went along with last year for the first time. We went along with the rec department. Dan Muse I think Mr. Little got us in on that. As far as Dan did all the advertising for us. And then we got to spin off that. We got some names. We got some names that came to City Hall that we can go look at specifically. And of course, there's always just the commissioner saying, hey, there's one on 662 Main Street that we need to look at. And that could be nominated as well. But I think just going through this, if anyone's thinking we just go through the city and look at lights, that's not true. I mean, that's just takes too long. We have to have something before us, before we leave, saying we're going to this house, this home, and have it all mapped out. That's my recollection. But the hardest thing was to do is to make these awards. And I think we should just keep it its most beautiful.
Okay, any other discussion from any other commissioners?
So, I mean, as far, I still think that we should still go around and start judging them. And we went on that little van that we had last time. Maybe, I'm not sure if we have, but if it was just a bigger bus, I don't mind being in the same, we were wearing masks. I'm not sure how that works out as far as COVID is concerned. I mean, I think it was good. Like Ramona says, we map it out, go check them out, do the nice house. We don't have to do first, second, and third because that was really hard. But I think it's just easier when we just went around and we just judged it that way. And I would love to participate in that again. If we somehow make it happen.
I would too. I don't mind. I'm vaccinated. I wouldn't mind wearing a mask. I don't care.
Okay, it sounds like we do want to have a holiday competition. I would like to put the bus thing on hold right now and maybe bring that back up in next month to do the judging, because let's see where this goes. But let's talk about just having the contest itself, how people can enter. Before we've had an application at City Hall, we can do it online, or we can, how do people want to, how do you want to get submissions and the kind of like the details? When should we start? When should it end? Things like that.
And could it include what someone has to, what I'm getting at, does the rich person that spends $3,000 on a buku lights wins or gets nominated? Or is there a criteria that we look at where the person that only spent $200 that doesn't have all that big funds to do it? I'm just throwing that out.
Good point, Ray. It seemed like we just looked for the brightest and the brightest and the most beautiful. I didn't really give that thought that maybe someone who can only spend $100 versus the person that lives on the hill that can spend, like you said, $3,000. So that is something to take into consideration.
Yeah, I mean, I have a neighbor named Dennis that just goes hog wild, decorates my house and his and the next door. And shoot, his electric bill is $1,000 that month. So I want to make it fair. That's all I'm saying. You know.
Well, like said, Alex, I think we should have a special meeting just to go over just to have this all worked out. So we're not trying to figure this all out on December 13th. And everyone come up with their ideas and just, I don't think we could do it tonight because it's already 7:45.
Okay, I like that. I like special meetings, like Mr. Little said earlier. I'm looking at the calendar. I can, the week of the 25th of November is Thanksgiving. So how about maybe this could be either before Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving, so December 7th or November 16th.
You have to eat.
Veronica, if you're speaking, you need to unmute yourself. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Oh, can't hear you, Veronica.
Hear you.
That date is, that date that you had said, was it the 13th, was to have a special meeting? I think that's too late in the game for that.
How about November 16th, Tuesday, November 16th at 6 o'clock, holiday contest, the rules and the criteria, and we can go over all that then.
Hold on, November 16th. Oops. Yeah, that's fine.
Mr. Little, can you get that information from Dan at the rec department to find out how that went? We got everything. Last year it was kind of easy for us because we got everything from him. If we can get our nominations out of his advertisement, it'd be better, I think, somehow. So can you have that ready for us by that date?
Yes.
Alpha, stop.
Okay, is there a motion on the special meeting? Does everybody agree?
Yes.
Motion, please.
I so moved.
Go ahead.
A second.
First by Commissioner LeBeouf, second by Vice Chair Oleta Reed. And take this out to the public.
Members of the public, if you wish to make public comment on this motion, please use the raise your hand feature or dial *9 if you're calling in from a phone. Chair, there's no members of the public that have indicated they wish to make comment on this motion.
Okay, great. So then we'll move forward with the vote, please.
Commissioner Anderson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Commissioner Reardon?
Yes.
Commissioner Velasco?
Yes.
Commissioner LeBeouf?
Yes.
Vice Chair Oleta Reed?
Yes.
And Chair Miller?
Yes.
Your motion passes unanimously.
So the NIC will meet November 16th at 6 o'clock for the holiday decorating contest. That's how that's resolved. Thank you. And next we move on to, is it commissioner reports? No, excuse me, 7 reports from staff.
No reports at this time.
Okay. Great. We'll move on to item 8, and that's commissioner reports. And this is the time of the meeting where commissioners can ask for maybe things to be put on the agenda or speak on items that we haven't spoke about tonight, or give us an update on anything related in the purview of this commission.
I have nothing to
I have
report.
nothing.
I have nothing.
I have something. Last year, when we had our funds, we were rather late. We were scrambling toward the end, and I think we got even, my recollection is that the signage, the park signs, there's a lot of confusion on that. I think we said at the very beginning, when we allocated that monies, that we were going to use that for street signs, whatever's left over for the parks, we're going to use for the street signs. So I would like everyone to start thinking about, since we're only meeting once a quarter, what you're going to use the monies for. And I think at the top of everyone's, be mindful that we need street signs. I've been going around just here and there to wherever I'm going through out Seaside, and I've already noticed just from here to the post office, from my house on.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
That there were 6 signs that I couldn't even read. I had to go up to the next street. I mean, I knew what street it was, but I had to go up to the next street to see that that was Elm and see that it's Prospect and et cetera, et cetera. So I'd like to have everyone mindful of that, and so we won't be so late and rushed during this next budget time. That's all. Oh, and the cleanups went really, really well. Thanks to everybody for that. That's all.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, well, I'll just take a brief second. I just wanted to say that when I started the NIC, I was a commissioner with Commissioner Lanny Olis, and Lanny Olis passed away unexpectedly. He was a dear friend of mine. Lanny was coming over to my house daily, and we were talking the city of Seaside, and we would always talk about how the city can improve. And Lanny was a true servant to the city of Seaside. He was a champion and a hero to this commission, and he is such an amazing guy, and the world lost a really great guy. So there's a celebration for him on Friday. If you need any details, please email me or send me a text message. I would love to see you guys for this Friday. And I also wanted to say that the next meeting, our first meeting, not the special meeting, but our first meeting of next quarter, which will be the second Tuesday in January, we will take nominations for chairman and vice chairman. So strongly consider, if you have the time and the energy, to serve on one of those 2 positions. So those 2 positions will be available in our January meeting. Other than that, I look forward to seeing everybody in November. We'll meet on November 16th, and we will move on to Ms. Anderson. I didn't catch you on any, did you have any commissioner comments? No. Okay, so we'll move on to item 9, and item 9's adjournment. And on this item, I will move to adjourn.
Second.
There'll be a second. And then if everybody could just take their mics off and say aye at the same time, that will be good for the adjournment. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? So the Neighborhood Commission, Improvement Commission is now adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Have a
Thank
lovely
you.
Thank